Do it. We're gonna do a nice introduction, then we're gonna bring you on, okay?
Let's do it.
Is He is without dispute Mr. Everywhere Man. Just this morning, I saw him on Good Morning America. Look away for a second, he could be anywhere, especially if a Taylor Swift concert is happening. He grew up on Roosevelt, Long Island, New York, my hometown, and was raised in the working class town of Freeport, Long Island, where his father owned a small restaurant called the Soul Diner. And at an early age, everyone knew that this guy was not only talented, but extremely intelligent. And later, he hooked up with a guy named Carlton Rittenhauer on Adelphia's University's hip hop radio show for at least a half a decade during what was perhaps hip hop's most influential years. His group ruled the world of hip hop with albums like Yo, Bum Rush the Show, and It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. He played a vital role in Public Enemy's ultimate success. Next to Chuck D, this man's onstage persona maintained a certain playfulness. He anchored his look with a giant clock around his neck and turned up the volume in concerts by yelling out, "Yeah, boy!" Chuck also deeply respected his musical instincts and skills, revealing that this man can play at least 15 instruments and do it well. In 2004, he landed on the cast of the reality television series The Surreal Life, which in part documented his friendship with Bridget Nielsen. Viewer interest in the couple was so strong that it eventually inspired the creation of a new series called Strange Love. But when the couple decided to call it quits in 2006, he launched another popular reality show. In fact, y'all can say that this man is the father of the real good reality shows. Flavor of Love, which ran for 3 seasons. In that same year, he released the solo album as well. Recently, he had the privilege of singing the national anthem at a pro basketball game, and he's been everywhere. The Grammys, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And now, with a brand new hit single, he is definitely Mr. Everywhere Man. Joining the Black press of America's Let It Be Known is the one, the only, Flavor Flav. What's happening, Flav?
Yo, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Oh man, this is absolutely. I mean, we've had. Listen, Run DMC said we had all these superstars on the stage tonight, but I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. Well, this is Flav's house. We've had Chuck, we've had LL, we've had everybody, Ice Cube, but we got the man, Flavor Flav. What's happening? Everywhere, man is everywhere.
Yes.
How do you do it, Flav? You're not 25 years old anymore, but you going around like you 15. Where you get the energy?
God is good, man. You know, that's all I gotta say. God is good. He's the one that's preserving me right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm helping him do it by staying sober. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay healthy. That's it. You know.
Well, Flav, what inspired Everywhere, man? I mean, it's a hit. It's a certified hit. What inspired it?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, what really inspired it was by me being everywhere, because you know I am all over the planet right now. I'm all over the planet. I don't understand it, but I am not taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? So me and my partner Chuck, man, were talking, and he said, "Yo, you know what? We need to do a record about you being everywhere." You know what I mean? So I said, "You know what, Chuck? That's not a bad idea." So Chuck sat down. He started to writing. Then Flavor Flav started reciting. So what I'm saying is Chuck D wrote this record for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a very well put together record, man. Chuck has always been ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Chuck D always been the type of person that always been ahead of time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm glad that he pointed me in this direction, because this ain't the wrong direction. This is the right direction.
Well,
You
we
know.
know
So
Chuck.
thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, we know Chuck is a true, in every sense of the word, a true legend, just like you. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. We can't take
No.
anything away from Flavor
Hey,
Flav,
hey,
and
hey,
Chuck
listen,
wouldn't want us to.
check this out. We became legends together. I couldn't have done it
Together.
without him. And I know one thing, he definitely was not doing it without me. Okay.
Now,
So,
I
you
gotta
know,
ask you something. Flav, I saw, and not once or twice, but a few times, I saw you. Somebody was recording you on an airplane and spreading some true love, giving out all these snacks and stuff. Flav, what inspires you? Who inspires you?
who inspires me? Honestly, Flav.
Flav.
I'm gonna tell you something. I may have a lot of fans out in the world, but I am my biggest fan.
Hey,
You know, and
there
that's
you
what
go.
really inspires me most, myself. You know what I'm saying? For
Flav,
me
what
to
does
do
that
what I
mean, though?
do.
What does that mean? You're your biggest fan. How important is that? I want you to kick, as you would say, kick the ballistic G.
Well, the ballistics is like this. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you got to remember one thing, and this is what everybody and everybody that's watching this show. You are the best friend that you got. You are the only one that you could trust the most. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you better than you will take care of yourself, but God gives you the power to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what inspires Flav. You know what I'm saying? I inspire myself because I'm my biggest fan, and I love
Yeah.
me more than I love anybody. You know, I
Hey,
love me more than everybody loves me. You know,
there,
hey, if you can't love yourself, then everybody else can't love you.
there you go. I want to go back a minute though, before, because we got to talk about the Swifty connection. But before we do that, I want to talk about, just briefly, if you will, indulge me, Flavor of Love. I remember when I saw an advertisement way back when for Flavor, and I thought it was just like a commercial. It was, Flav is always playful with this and that. It turns out it was a real reality show, and I initially I heard people say, "Oh, who's gonna watch this?" And I'm like, I'm watching it. And you couldn't take your eyes off it. What was the inspiration behind that, and what is the relationship like, was like, and bring us to today, because we saw you recently with Hoops. What was the relationship was like with those women that participated, and what is it like today?
Well, let me say this, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying, when I was shooting Strange Love, and then Bridget Nielsen went off to Italy to go be with her family again, and they asked me what was I going to do for love. I said, well, I don't know. So the producers asked me, have you ever watched The Bachelor? I told them I know about The Bachelor, but I never saw it. They was like, good, that's great. Well, we're going to take you and put you in a house with 25 girls, Flav. You're going to narrow it down to one, this and that, and this. So I said, you know what? I don't mind exploring the avenue. And I'm glad that I did, you know what I'm saying? Because when we shot Flavor of Love 1, that really, you know what I'm saying, helped set the bar. I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun doing it, you know what I'm saying, in the whole nine. And on that season, I did pick Hoops, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And then we shot another season, which was the second season. And the second season of Flavor of Love was my biggest season. And not only that, but that was also VH1's biggest season ever in history. I brought VH1 7.5 million viewers on
right.
that second season. VH1 has never, ever, to this day, until this minute as we talk, ever seen those numbers. The only one that can break those numbers is me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And not only that, but the girls that were on my show, some of them right now I'm proud of them. They're still moving around, doing their thing. Like you mentioned, Hoops. And I got to see Hoops for the first time in a long time when I was in Detroit at a jingle ball, and my boy Flow Rider was performing, because Flow
right.
Rider, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? This
Yep.
chain right here, this SA, this stands for Strong Arm, and that's Flow Rider's entertainment company.
Okay.
strong on. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to see Hoops for the first time in a long time, I mean, it was great because I haven't seen her in a very long time, you know. But I'm glad that I could set her on a good platform to where she could live a good
Yeah,
life,
that
you
was the
know.
thing,
And
Flav.
then also with New York, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? New York came on the show. I ain't gonna lie, but everybody, y'all got to give it up to New York. She made great television. You
Yeah.
know, she made great TV, and right
Did you
now
know
New
that
York.
at the time? Did you realize it at the time that because she she was really fighting to win. Did you
Yes, she
realize
was. Yes, she
was it the
was
producer?
fighting to win.
Yeah.
Yes, she was really
Did,
fighting to
did you
win.
realize though that she was going to be she was like made for TV or making good TV, or was it the producers? Was it both? All of you guys realized, hey, we got to keep New York around.
Yeah, that's one thing that I said to myself. I had to keep
Hmm.
New York around. You know what I'm saying? Not because of great TV, but also she's a good person and everything. You know what I'm saying? New York has her ways. You know what I'm saying? But to this day, she is still doing television right now. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that I can help set up a platform like that for her to continue on with her life. You know what I'm saying? Her delicious.
yeah,
Delicious, she's still living a good life out there. I set her up on a good platform to where. So I'm proud of the platform that I was able to set these girls up on. Do I hear from these girls? No, I really don't because they're
mhm,
living their lives and I'm living mine. You know,
right.
but I'm always grateful to those girls because those girls helped my show be what it is today. And my show would not be what it is today without those girls.
Yeah, and speaking of shows, Flav, I heard it through the grapevine. You're about to be in another show on another season. Tell us about what's going on with Flavor Flav coming up.
With Flavor Flav coming up, well, guess what? I don't have my diploma. And I want to go back to school and get my diploma. So I'm going to put it on TV.
All
And
right.
that's going to be my next move. The next move, the world is going to see that
Okay.
Flavor Flav is going back to school trying to get his diploma. And what I want this show to do is to encourage all of the kids that's in school right now. Get that piece of paper while you're there because you might not be able to make it back like I can. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is also to encourage a lot of people my age that it's never too late to go back and get your diploma.
And I would imagine, Flav, that you're gonna be in that classroom and it's gonna be business in the classroom, but what the hallway is gonna look like with Flavor Flav roaming the halls again.
Hey, listen. I just wanna have some fun with this show. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't gonna be all serious now. You know, I
Right,
got to
right.
put some, you know, I got to put some fun and humor into it. You know what I'm saying? But but it's a serious show because I'm serious about getting my diploma.
Yeah.
Serious about going to school to do this. So yes, this is definitely a serious situation.
Now we got to talk about the Swifty connection. It's amazing. I see you get the friendship bracelets. I see you getting the sweaters. I see the love that the Swifties and people got to understand that Taylor Swift herself gives you all this love, and so does her parents. What's that been like? I mean, next to, and I've heard you compare her to Mary J. Blige. Talk about that a little bit, if you will, and what's the connection, Flav?
Well, see, let me say this. First of all, there's no comparison to Taylor Swift and Mary J. Blige, or there's no comparison to Taylor Swift and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Because they have their own lanes. Everybody has their own lane. You know what I'm saying? In the whole nine. Everybody lives their lives differently. You know what I'm saying? But just the reason why I say the songs I say are kind of similar is because just to say for instance, right? Okay, Mary J. Blige, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mary J. Blige's songs are about the experiences that she lives through. You know, the
Right.
things that she goes through in life. So when Mary J gets out on that stage and sing those songs, all of them women in that audience can relate to Mary J. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I went home And really listened to Taylor Swift's music, and I looked at the lyrics and everything. And this girl is doing the same thing. She's writing about the experiences that she goes through in life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in Taylor Swift's audiences can relate to a lot of the things that Taylor is saying. And that's what really made me really start supporting her a lot, you know. Now,
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend that lives in Detroit, and her kids wanted to go to the Taylor Swift concert. So I got a way to get them to the concert. And when we got to the concert, and they had me go up under this celebrity tent, you know, a guest tent, a celebrity guest tent. While I was under that tent, all of these kids, man, start coming up to me and like, hey, Flavor Flav, hey, can I give you a bracelet? Can I give you a bracelet? I'm like, how do these young kids know exactly who I am? It
Right.
was crazy for them to embrace me like that. So who am I not to embrace them back? You know what
And
I'm
these are
saying?
these are young kids. These are little
Yo,
kids.
yeah, these are young kids, man. I mean, come on, man. I am 64. I'm getting ready to be 65 next
Wow.
year, right? Matter of fact, in March. You know what I'm saying? These kids, man, are like 16, 17, 18, up
Wow.
to 25 and all of that stuff. When they're coming up to me, giving me all of these friendship bracelets. Listen, by the time I left that show, I had bracelets all up my arm, all up both arms. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then I started trading bracelets, you know, with the fans and everything. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to the second show in LA, then this lady in a black dress comes up to me and she gives me a hug. And I'm like, who is this? And my manager said, hey, that's Taylor's mom. I'm like, yo, Miss Swift, what's up, Miss Swift? She came and gave me a hug and gave me some love. And she said, hey, I like what you're doing for Taylor. I like your Twitter and your Instagram. I said, thank you. And then next thing you know, this tall guy comes up with glasses and he says, hey, Flav, I'm Taylor's dad. I'm Papa Swift. I'm like, yo, Papa Swift, what's going on, G? Nice to meet you. And he hands me a bag of these guitar picks to give away to people. You know what I'm saying? So right now to this day, you know what I'm saying? When I go around and I see a fellow Swiftie, I hit him off with one of these guitar picks. You see this right there?
Wow.
That. And then also I keep a bunch of these.
Yep.
You know, the friendship bracelets that I give away today are the friendship bracelets that I got from fans.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? In
That
the
is
whole nine.
awesome.
So I'm just sharing the love. But yeah, I support Taylor because you know her music is dope. She's not talking about anything bad. She's not slandering anybody, disrespecting anybody or anything, and all of that. And you know, she's got this song called Bad Blood. And you know what? When I really listened to that song, I'm like, hey, this girl is dope. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yo, we used to be the best of friends. You did shit to me. Now we got some bad blood going on. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and we got problems, and we can't even solve them. Come on, that's deep right there, man. Yo, big ups to Taylor, man.
Hey, Flavor, I don't know that any other hip hop artist did this. Maybe they have, but you got to remind me if they did. But what you did a couple months ago is iconic. I don't care what they believe of the performance or whatever, the national anthem performance. No, it wasn't Marvin Gaye. No, it wasn't Whitney Houston. It was Flavor Flav. And that was incredible, though. How
Thank
did
you.
that come about?
Well, I got a nephew. His name is Marjan Beauchamp. He's number 3 on the Bucks.
Okay.
And you know, I was with Marjan when he got drafted to the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So when I was at a summer leagues game to go watch Marjan play and everything, I got to meet the manager and the general manager of the Bucks. And while I was sitting there talking to the general manager, I said, you know what? I want to come up there one day and I want to sing the national anthem. He said, can you really sing it? I said, sure, I can sing it. He said, okay, well, send me a video of you singing it. Right then and there, I'm glad I had a video in my phone of me singing the national anthem.
No kidding.
So I sent it to his phone, and then 2 days later, I get a response. Hey, Flav, your national anthem was great. We want you to come up to Boston. We want you to come up to Milwaukee and sing it. I was like,
Wow.
wow. So being that I got that opportunity, I took it. Okay. And when I went, now when people sing the national anthem, they put their own twist to it, right?
Absolutely.
So I said, well, let me put my own twist to it. And you know
Yeah.
what? Even though I can sing for real, but I said
Mhm.
I'm going to make this sound like Flavor Flav is singing
There
it.
you
So
go.
that's why I
Gotcha.
sang it the way that I did. And I know it. I know it took me a little while to get through the song, but believe me, the way that I sang that national anthem, I can guarantee you that the world knows the national anthem word for word now.
There you go. Well, I mean, it was talked about not just on social media, well, certainly throughout social media, but it's talked about globally. And that's the impact of Flavor Flav globally. Flavor, we know that the 50th anniversary of hip hop 2023 was celebrated throughout the year. What was some of from Flavor Flav's view? Where did we miss? What did the powers that be miss during that 50th anniversary celebration?
um the powers that be missed all of the performances of all of us legends. Yeah, you feel me? That's all
Who
we
got
had.
left out, Flav? Who got left
Huh?
out? Who got left out?
Who got left out? The people that didn't see our performances. That's who got left out.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of performances, it's been a minute since we've seen Terminator X, Public Enemy, Chuck D, Flavor Flav, everybody together on that stage. Is that something that you guys are talking? I mean, you're so busy. I don't know how you do it, but Chuck's been busy. Chuck's got all
Yeah.
voiceover stuff. He's got, TV stuff. He's got all types of stuff going on. Is that something you guys are talking about?
Well, let me tell you like this. A lot of people ask me, "Hey, Flav, is Public Enemy gonna reunite? When are you and Chuck gonna get back together?" First of all, guys, just to let y'all know, we never ever broke up to reunite. We just been on a long break. That's all. We just took a
Right.
long break. You know what I'm saying? And there's been stories going around me and Chuck beefing this and that and this. I mean, hey, listen, in everybody's family, you're not gonna see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah, we
You
had
know what
Chuck on
I'm
the
saying? But you
program,
don't
and
let
he
that.
said the
But
same thing.
you don't let that split you up. You come back and you fixed it and you put it back together. You know what I'm saying? And that's me and Chuck, man. We always had a close relationship. We like brothers, man. He might be my cousin. I ain't
He
gonna
might
lie.
be.
He might be my cousin. You know what I'm saying? But we've always had this relationship to where no matter how far apart we got, we always came back together and made things happen.
As
And
I
so
said,
that's
we had Chuck on this program maybe 3 or 4 times, and including when the supposed beef was going down with you and him, supposed beef, but he was like,
right.
"Listen, there's no beef. I love Flavor. That's my brother." He said, "We may not always see eye to eye, but who does?
See, I,
Who does?"
I I told you same thing that Chuck said is the same thing that I just told you. So I
Yep.
guess the stories that me and Chuck are telling you must be true. So
Listen,
word. So my thing is this: word. Fuck what you heard.
some of those little kids are watching, Flav.
Oh, okay. Well, word later for what you heard. Edit that in. Edit that in. Y'all can edit
So,
that in.
so Flav, you mentioned the new show, the new uh, you going to school. When are we gonna start seeing that?
Hopefully soon. We're still in talks right now. It
Okay.
hasn't been created. I haven't started filming anything or anything yet. This is just in the talks. I mean, you did ask me, well, what's next for Flav? So that's one of the things that's going to be next for Flav. But we're in talks right now. So hopefully this year y'all will be seeing that.
Yeah, and Flav, before we let you go, I know it's been Mr. Everywhere Man's been doing everything. I know you need some rest, but let me ask you this, Flav. we keep hearing these arguments about the GOAT. Everybody wants to be the GOAT. Everybody wants to be the GOAT. Who's the GOAT for like Flav in hip hop?
Who's the GOAT in hip hop?
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
One. See, I listen. That's my man. Me and him went to Andrew Jackson High School together. I'm always
Right.
Flavor Flav, Mr.
Either
Everywhere
Public
Man.
Enemy #1 or Public Enemy #2. Fuck, I mean, you know.
Right, right. Oh, we gotta be okay. I know I gotta let you go. The clock. We can't not talk about the clock. So, I mean, the inspiration. How did it begin, Flav? Tell us about the clock. Give us a little bit of history about the clock.
Well, the clock first came from back in the days when we used to wear stopwatches as a fad. You know what I'm saying? And then this clock was put around my neck while we were playing a dozens in our projects. This lady came through with this big box of shower clocks that she had stole from Fortunoff. So one day, my boy Son of Berserk took the stopwatch off my neck, put the clock around my neck, and it was real funny. Everybody started laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? So they dared me to wear this clock during the show. So when I went to open up for the Beastie Boys in Passaic, New Jersey, 1986, I wore the clock. And the next morning, we were on the front page of the Daily News, New York Post, Newsday, everything. And the look of the clock was dope, so I decided to keep it. And if you look at our early Public Enemy photos, you'll see Chuck D was wearing a clock too.
Oh, you know what? I don't remember that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you better dig back into the crates, bro. Put your hand back in them
Big back into the
crates.
crates. Flav is totally old school. Remember the crates?
Yes, yes, in the crates. Gee.
Wow, totally old school. Flavor Flav, the one and only Mr. Everywhere Man. We really appreciate you coming on the Black Press of America. A lot of guys, Flav, they forget about the Black Press. You know, we got Ebony in our family. We got Chicago Defender in our family, Amsterdam News in our family. People forget about it, but we appreciate the fact that Flavor Flav never forgets the Black Press.
Thank you. And thank y'all for having me on your show, bro. I really appreciate you guys having me. And hopefully I'll be back again.
Absolute. Flav, open invite. Flavor Flav, everybody. Mr. Everywhere Man, go out and buy that, download it, however y'all get music today. Mr. Everywhere Man, y'all got to check him out, because look around, look behind you. He just might be right behind you one day, because he's everywhere.
That's because I am everywhere, man.
Thanks for joining. Let it be known, Flavor Flav. Hang on one second, Flav, so she can get that video. Thanks a lot.